Chapter 4. Time, place. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. Is this still the rain, still the storm? What just happened? Lucky thought to himself. Holy smokes, did he feel cold? And he couldn't see. Everything was dark, then everything was white. An instant later, the white began to slowly dissipate. Some of it anyway, revealing shape and texture and tone to Lucky Holiday. Where was the platform? Where was the door? Where on earth was the ocean, the Atlantic? Where was the floor? Was he even standing anymore? Lucky's vision came to form and his feet came to balance as he found himself standing on a road covered entirely in snow, compacted as if traversed by others. To his left were trees. To his right were trees. Snow-capped pines flanked the road he happened upon, flanked him by left and right. Up ahead, a glimmering light. His eyes were tired, fatigued, still awakening, and the light was dim, a brightness upon brightness, light on white. It gleamed as stars do upon the night. But for the pattering snow and the homily of blowing wind, all was calm, all quiet. Was this quiet eerie? He wasn't sure. He didn't know. Oh, Lucky, what have you gotten yourself into? Well, never mind that, he thought to himself. His current priority was finding out where he was and seeking shelter from the snow. His New England blood fared him well in environments like these, but a human body can only be cold for so long before the shivers catch even the hardiest of us. Hypothermia can set in very quickly when it is below freezing. He had his coat, he had his bag, his trusty beloved laptop bag. His tan trench coat and stylish hat also helped here in the snow, but he only had thin gloves, the kind that get wet and have to be peeled off. He didn't have the real good ones for shoveling and hiking and brushing off your car when you are a daily commuter and don't work remotely. So he had to find some kind of building, some kind of shelter. The best way to do that, walk the path. And so he did, muscles sore from the tumble on the platform and the tumultuous blinking journey he had just experienced in getting here, wherever here was. He trudged ahead, as the poets have said on their way to another victory or mistake of some sort or another. He walked this way, unashamed. Shame can kill you in a forest, in the wild, on the edge. This is known. So be not ashamed to trudge. It is better than laying down to die. Up the snow-scaped forest path, Lucky walked among the pines. As he did so, he pulled out his phone to see if he could make a call or send a text, or if he had any internet. He quickly found that he did not. No network connectivity at all. The light grew in brightness as he continued through the fallen snow, gently patted in refrain by additional falling flakes. Man, it was wicked cold there, Lucky thought. February in New Hampshire kind of cold, he felt. Ice crystal sheet atop powder, untouched by feet when you stay inside instead of going to work, because your beard will freeze if you don't and the car probably won't start anyway. A lot colder than December in Manchester. Certainly not the norm anyway. But the distant light was rising above the horizon now as Lucky approached, and it drew nearer. Lucky's eyes chased it up reflexively as it rose, before tracing his visual field back down to the tree below it. This shining light was a star upon a tree. Lucky had found a Christmas tree here, alone in a clearing, in a forest, in what must be a dream, he surmised at this point. Though if as vivid a dream as this exists, then what was reality, he concernedly considered. How strange this was. As the tree rose up from the backdrop of the day, more lights were revealed. Reds, blues, greens, oranges, yellows. Bright bulbs, and who knows where they must be getting their power from. No cords that Lucky saw, but lots of tinsel. Ornaments, too. Ornaments silver, gold, and green. Ornaments of toy trains, owls, penguins, and snowmen. Reindeer and elves. Candy canes held by branches. Powdered snow, a dust and coating, sat upon the tree, cozied with the decorations comfortably. And it sat in a clearing at the bottom of a very slight hill from where Lucky stood. He walked down this hill, careful not to slip, noting as he did that the clearing had exits left, right, and seemingly behind the tree. It appeared an intersection of sorts. More paths departed from this lone pine bluff. 3 possible futures plus the road home, Lucky thought to himself. Where to go? Though the beauty of the tree intrigued, the cold called him with far greater urgency to address. Lucky said to the cold that he was on the case. A quick detour from his earlier mission, a detour to save his own life. He walked around the tree, looking down each of the 3 other paths that the intersection provided. Down each appeared simply more pine trees, undecorated, and paths of snow, no clear sign of where to go. No coins to flip or dice to roll to figure out the road to choose, chuckled Lucky at the thought. No maps and no markers. And the only star to follow in sight had already guided him here to the tree that it crowned, although he supposed maybe that was it. This place was strange to begin with, maybe all the stranger it would be if this star could help him choose. He looked up to inspect it a bit closer. The tree was tall, far more so than he, 15 feet to his 6'3", so he craned his neck to see. A silver star, bright and shining, lit and glowing, source unknown. The shape, a classic 5-star point in Christmas tales of old. Oh, how interesting, Lucky thought. The star was rotated about its face. The point of the star that generally faces up, it wasn't doing so. Lucky couldn't see this before due to the distance and the glow. The tip of the star was instead facing toward the right-hand path, to the right of the tree relative to Lucky's approach. He had 3 paths to choose from, and no clear clues other than this. So upon considering his options a bit more, he turned to his best option, using the information he had to the right, and his trudge soon became a determined stroll. Please, star, guide me safely home. Might have been what he meant as he nodded toward the tree, beseeching its help as he walked down the right-hand walkway. The path looked quite like the one before, the one that led to the tree. In a forest, though lost, often paths looked the same, he imagined. After just a minute, he saw a light again. Another light, one that looked strikingly similar to the one before. Was it another tree? His stroll became a near gallop, for he was eager to see. The light rose and showed a tree again as he approached. Stranger still, the hill he now stood on seemed quite the same as the one before. Not similar. The same. It was a hill that dipped to a lone and gleaming Christmas tree with 3 more paths. The 3 more paths were on flat ground, too, just as before. The lights, they looked the same, though this might have been a trick, he thought. His brain was playing on him. He quickly came to his sense, though, and realized that no, it was not a trick. He was not misremembering. This seemed, for all he could surmise, to be the same tree. One difference, though, it seemed. The star was upright now. It was tilted toward the right before, but now it faced up. Lucky spoke aloud, equal parts to self and star. Oh, strange star, is this a joke? Is this a game? This is my life. Will you guide me through the snow? It could not have been the wind that changed your position in the minutes I was gone. This wind is far too gentle, and so it can't be. Shall I follow the path behind you? Does your star point that way now? He looked at the star, bemused. It shined at him back, steadily, stably, quietly. He decided to try and see what would happen. Lucky's powers of deduction might see him through this. It was time to tease out cause and effect if these could be revealed in a place like this. He passed by the tree again and headed down the path directly behind it, the path that Lucky thought was being pointed at by the upward-facing star. Galloping again, curious, calm in his gentle jog. Still cold, though, still cold. The running would soon warm him, though, he mused, recalling games of basketball in the winter weather by Dairy Queen with his best friend long ago. Quickly, the light reemerged. Not a light, he thought, but the light. He considered himself right when he came to the top of a hill once more. The first place he looked this time was the top of the tree. Dismayed, it made him. The tree was facing up still. It did not change this time. Conundrum.